Hey you guys, and welcome back. So in a prior video I had said that I was going to do a video talking about something that has helped me concerning my fasting, because I know a lot of people have issues with that, and a lot of that has to do, with the foods that we're eating, the things that they're putting in them that make them addictive. A lot of us suffer from, sugar cravings and sugar addictions and things of that nature. And so before I get started, I just want to say, I am not a doctor. So anything that you hear about here, you need to research for yourself. You need to consult your doctor. And I will make this statement, especially if you are diabetic and or have issues with your blood pressure. You need to research these things. And if you do decide to try them after you've done your research and consulted with your doctor, you need to make sure that you keep a check on your blood sugars and your blood pressure, just to make sure that, they're not going to be affecting you adversely, and or that they're not going to be causing, your levels to drop too low. Because when I take these things, they have a positive effect, but everybody is different. So I would just say that, if you do decide to do this, just to make sure that you keep a check on your levels, just to see how they affect you. Okay. The first thing is it's a tea blend, and I'll tell you how I make mine. The three things you're going to need are whole cloves, Earl Grey tea, and green tea. Okay, and I usually just take a big mug that holds a full 16.9 ounce bottle of water, and I stick it in the microwave. You can heat it on the stove if you choose to. I just do it this way because it's quicker, and because I make a lot of tea, and so it's quicker for me to do it this way. But I just put it in the microwave, until it gets hot, like hot. Usually I'll leave mine in for like 2.5 minutes or something like that. And then now, again, this is where you may need to adjust it if you're not used to this. I usually put in 4 to 5 whole cloves, like immediately out of the microwave. I throw in 4 to 5 whole cloves, and then I put in the Earl tea bag and the green tea bag. And I'll usually let that steep for about an hour. I'll stick it back in the microwave and let it steep for about an hour. After an hour, it's still warm. Okay, it's not scalding hot. It's cooled down just enough, or not even just enough. It's cooled down to warm, to where if I needed to chug it, I could without burning my mouth. Okay, but to me, I don't let it get cold, because when it gets cold, to me, it gets bitter. Okay, so I drink it while it's warm, and I think that's just good for the body anyway, to have warm tea, especially after you eat. Drinking a cup of warm fluids kind of helps with breaking down fats and things like that. So it helps with digestion. So that's something else to think about. That's another benefit if if you go ahead and make it and then eat, and then after you eat, if you drink that tea. And so also, additionally, sometimes if I have lemon, I'll, cut up a lemon in half and juice a half a lemon and put that in, like at the end. You don't want to put it in while it's scalding hot, because it'll kill like a lot of the vitamin C off in it. So when it's just warm like that, you can put in half a juice of lemon, and it'll keep all its properties, and it'll help as well. Lemon juice is good for your digestion. It's good for your liver and gallbladder and all those things. So if you have it, you can add that. Some people, especially if they're diabetic, even though lemon is sour, it still has fruit sugar in it, and so it may affect some people's blood sugar initially. Okay, so that's again where you need to kind of keep an eye and know your numbers and know your levels and things like that. But you can just drink that tea without the lemon, and it'll do the same thing. Now, for me, I notice usually about 3 to 4 days in with drinking the tea, my sugar cravings were just about gone. That's for me, though. I try my best not to eat a lot of sugar, but I do struggle with that because I love sugar. I can go without the bread, but I love sugar. Okay, so about 3 to 4 days after I've started drinking the tea, I noticed that my appetite is not the same. I don't have the same cravings. And so that's what it's done for me. And so I wanted to pass that along, because for people who struggle with sugar addiction and addiction to carbs, that may be something that can help them to be able to fast, or to begin fasting, or to prolong their fast. Okay, and so also when you're fasting, you also want to make sure that you are aware of, how much fluids you're drinking during that fast, especially if you're doing a water fast, because you can deplete your electrolytes and that can have some very serious consequences. So it's all about just knowing your body, know the signs, what to look for in terms of dehydration, electrolyte loss. There are things you can take to rebuild your electrolytes, of course, like Gatorade, Pedialyte. If you're trying to just do a fast without those things, I would look into maybe some other sources. There are electrolyte powders that you can purchase that have stevia in them. Okay, and then I've seen some people that will make up their own with just like sea salt and like the salt substitute and apple cider vinegar and some other stuff. Okay, you can look up recipes if you're interested in doing that. Okay. The second tea blend that I like to try to have on hand to drink on a regular basis is roasted dandelion root and milk thistle. Okay, those are very good for your liver and gallbladder and things like that. They're good for detoxing those organs, and it's always a good idea to try to keep those organs in good tip-top shape. So usually I will drink a combination of those as well. Some people have said that dandelion root helps with weight loss, and that may have something to do with the fact that it's a diuretic. Also, the Earl Grey and green tea, because they have the caffeine, they will also have a diuretic effect. And I believe lemon juice does as well. So if you're going to drink any of these teas, you also want to make sure that you're getting in plenty of water in addition to these teas to keep from being dehydrated. Again, make sure you know the symptoms and the signs for dehydration and low electrolytes so that you can be on the lookout and catch those things before they become an issue. Okay, and again, I make those the same way. Every now and then I'll throw in a pinch of cinnamon. Cinnamon doesn't really dissolve well in water, so you have to kind of whisk it in or whatever. Every now and then I'll throw in a little bit of cinnamon. That affects your blood sugar as well, but it's also very therapeutic for the body. Cinnamon is. So, and I make it the same way, heating up the water in the microwave, put in the tea bags, let it steep for about an hour. Don't let it get cold. You can still drink it, but it's going to be bitter. Okay. If you like sweetener in your teas, you can put in some stevia or something like that. But with the taste of these teas, I just don't put any sweetener in. I wouldn't imagine that sweetener would taste very well in these teas because they are kind of bitter. The Earl Grey is going to have a citrus note because of the bergamot. And so to me, I wouldn't think that sweetener would taste good in these teas. But if you feel like you just can't handle the taste of these and you feel like it'll be helpful or beneficial to you, you can add some sweetener or some other flavoring to them. The lemon juice really helps when you add it to the Earl Grey and green tea mix. It really helps in counteracting some of the bitterness. Okay, so I just drink them straight because I'm not drinking them for taste anyway, and I enjoy the warm liquid, especially after eating. It helps to me, it feels like it helps with my digestion and things of that nature. So that'll be your call, whether or not you add anything extra, any sweetener or anything. But I just drink mine straight. Okay. And there's one other thing you need to be aware of, especially with the dandelion root. And also with the lemon juice. I've heard people say this about lemon juice as well. But sometimes if when you drink the dandelion root or the lemon juice or whatever, it will make you go to the bathroom. Not just number one, but number two as well. So that may be something you need to be on the lookout for. So you may want to just try this on a day when you're off to see how it's going to affect your system, and then just go from there. Alright, you guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you would please give me a thumbs up, share this with like-minded individuals, share this with people who try to fast or are interested in fasting but just can't seem to manage to make it. Please share this with those individuals. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you can get notifications when I post another video. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.